بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم.
Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Hello my dear students, how are you? I hope you are well by the mercy of Almighty. I am also well. Now let's introduce. This is Rashel Mollah. I am an assistant English teacher of Alhaj Taleb Mollah High School. Today I have come here to take your online class. Before starting your class, I would like to thanks to my Almighty Allah who has kept me safe and sound in the critical situation of coronavirus. And I would like to thanks our honorable headmaster Shahriar sir, who helped me a lot to take your online class for you. I would like to thanks to our honorable senior teacher Muhammad sir, and all our teacher staff. So, my dear learners, I'd like to take your class on English second paper. Today, my topic is transformation of sentence. Most of the student thinks that it is very difficult part of grammar, but I think it is one of the easiest part of grammar. Today, I will take you online English class on transformation of sentence. Before transformation of sentence, we have to know kinds of sentences. So let's see. Look at this whiteboard, my dear students. Sentence is of 5 kinds in meaning. They are assertive sentence, interrogative sentence, imperative sentence, octative sentence, and exclamatory sentence. Again, sentence is of 3 kinds in structure. They are simple sentence, complex sentence, and compound sentence. Do you understand? Okay, thank you. Now, let's see the kinds of assertive sentence. We see that assertive sentence is of 2 kinds. First one is affirmative sentence. Second is negative sentence. Now, I will teach you how to change affirmative into negative. Let's see. My dear learners, in order to change affirmative into negative, you have to follow some instruction. For example, we can see that if you find only an alone in any affirmative sentence, and it indicate person, then you have to use non-verb to change into negative. For example, only God can save me. Only God can save me. Here we see that only indicate God. God means here person. So our negative sentence will be none but God can save me. Do you understand? Okay, thank you. Okay, my dear learners, let's see. Uh, if any affirmative sentence, if you find only and alone and it indicates things, then you have to use nothing but instead of only or alone to change into negative. For example, this house is only for shelter. My dear learners, you see that this house is a things. This house means things. So instead of, and it indicates only indicates this house. Only indicate this house. That's why we can use, instead of only, we have to use nothing but. We have to use nothing but. So our answer is this house is, instead of only we have to use nothing but. This house is nothing but for shelter. Do you understand? If any affirmative sentence, if you find only and it indicates the number, in any affirmative sentence, if you find only and it indicates the number, then you have to use not more than or not less than instead of only in order to change into negative. For example, Tanvir is only 20 years old. Here, only indicates the number 20. Only indicates the number. So instead of only, we have to use not more than. So our answer is Tanvir is, instead of only, we have to use not more than rest of the sentence, rest of the part of the sentence. 20 years old. Again, if you write it in another way, Tanvir is not less than 20 years old, it is also correct, because both sentences are indicating the numbers. Do you understand? Okay, thank you. Look at this board. If you find must in any affirmative sentence, you have to use cannot but or cannot have to change into negative. I am telling it again, try to understand. In any affirmative sentence, if you find must, then you have to use cannot but or cannot have instead of must. But one thing you have to bear in mind, if you use cannot have, then you have to use but plus have. Okay, I am making you it clear by giving you an example. So for example, we must obey our teachers. Here we find must. So we can use cannot but instead of must. So our answer is we cannot but obey our teachers. My dear learners, we have told that, I have told you before that, if you use cannot have, then you have to use but plus ing. So our answer is we cannot have obey. That means verb plus ing and extension. Do you understand? Okay, thank you. Our next rule is, in any affirmative sentence, if we find both and, then we have to use not only but also. That means instead of both we have to use not only, instead of and we have to use but also to change into negative. So for example, both Tanvir and Taksan are good students. We find both and. So instead of both we can use not only. Then noun Tanvir and instead of and we have to use but also. Instead of and we have to use but also, and this the parts of the sentence. Okay, my dear learners, do you understand it? Okay, thank you. Oh, my dear learners, in any affirmative sentence, if you find every, then to change it into negative, you have to use there is no plus next word of every plus but plus extension. To make it clear, I will give you an example. For example, every mother loves her child. Here we see that every is present here. So it is an affirmative sentence. To change into negative, we have to use there is no. So instead of every, we have written there is no. Next word of every. Next word is mother. Then mother plus but plus extension. Extensions loves her child. That means loves her child. So our sentence is there is no mother but loves her child. Do you understand, my learners? Okay, thank you. Our next rule is as soon as. If you find as soon as in an affirmative sentence, then you have to follow the following structures. Instead of as soon as, we have to use no sooner had plus subject plus verb with past participle from or verb 3 plus then plus instead of comma we have to use then. Instead of comma we have to use then plus extension. For example, as soon as the thief saw the police, he ran. Here we find as soon as. Instead of as soon as, we have to use no sooner had. Then our structure is subject. Here subject the thief. The thief. Verb past participle from. That means past participle from of see, saw, seen. Here past participle from is seen. Then the police. Instead of comma, we have to use then. Instead of comma, we have to use then, and the rest of the part of the sentence. So our answer is no sooner had the thief seen the police than he ran away. Do you understand, my learners? Okay, thank you. I hope you will follow my class and practice in your home. And if you practice regularly and follow my class, I hope you will understand transformation of some sentence in the very easy way. So see you next class. Till then, thank you.